Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Respected Presidium, Madam Rama Madam, Professor Rama Madam Garu, Vivek Garu, Chandrasekhar Garu, Sudhakar Garu, and ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. I am known in Employees Association. I am working as a statist. I am hailing from Economics and Statistics Department, working as Statistical Officer, working on Deputation in Groundwater Department. I am holding the post of Organizing Secretary in Telangana Gazetted Officers Association. Actually, I have come to listen all these able persons who are sitting on the dais, because this topic is of my own interest also. 15 days back or 1 month back, I have written an article on this topic only, Telangana Public Service Commission, few suggestions to Telangana Public Service Commission, that was published in Hans India also. With that interest, I have come over here to listen all the able persons who are sitting here. But as an ancillary speaker or last minute included speaker have been given this opportunity, definitely I will not take much time on this topic, though all able persons have covered all the corners on which we have to think for this Public Service Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, the thinking which has crept in my mind on which I have written a little bit, I worked on this topic, is based on the experiences of my own when we entered from the student category to the searching category of employment. Before going to the Telangana Public Service Commission, let me have a pass-on comment on the issue that our state in integrated Andhra Pradesh was having four-tier system, where we used to have different types of post that has been demarcated as district cadre post, zonal cadre post, multi-zonal cadre post, and state cadre post. And this was governed under the presidential order. Later on, when bifurcation bill, reorganization bill was passed, that bill was simply copied as it was there for the Bihar and other states which were recently bifurcated. At that moment, our people were very much happy to have our own Telangana. We were rejoicing. We were never bothered what the bill content will be at that moment. This has given a much loss to the Telangana employment sector. Why I am telling this is, in other states, there were only two-tier system where they used to have district cadre post and state cadre post. And ours is Andhra Pradesh, in integrated Andhra Pradesh, we were having four-tier system where the local reservation was governed by the presidential order, 30%, 20%, 30%, 40%, and without reservation state cadre post. This Kamal Nath committee, as it was copied by as it is for other states what it was there for reorganization bill, this has become a hurdle for Kamal Nath committee to work on distribution of employees for the other cadres rather than only the state cadre post. Zonal cadre post, multi-zonal cadre post, this has not been touched by the Kamal Nath committee, and much injustice was done at that moment. In 1970s to 90s, if you go on thinking on this, there was much injustice which has been done in this employment sector. There was much flow from the Andhra region and migration, in the name of migration and in the name of diluting the concept of mulki rules. On the majority concept, in democracy we know very well what all decisions have been taken. It is on the majority basis. As we were not having that majority in the assembly, all these decisions of diluting the mulki rules and local concept was taken on the decision concept. Mulki rules used to be 15 years. a stay at a particular place for calling them as local candidate, but later on it was diluted just for the 4 years of a stay at that particular place. So any person who is staying at this place has become, for staying for only 4 years, has been becoming as a local candidate. He was standing equally to a person who is residing at this place since generation. So that was the concept which has delivered. So with this passing comment, let me come on this, that much injustice has been done. Now it is the time where we have to reorganize, restructure, and we have to frame our own rules, where Telangana Publishers Commission under the provision of Constitution has come into act. Now it is our time where we have to share our own views, what the future of this unemployed youth should be, and how these persons should work for the betterment of the Telangana. So before going to this, let me congratulate the organizers of this TRC, where all different topics have been taken. Now this topic have been chosen, which is the need of our. Let me come on this topic, where I have passed some of the comments in my article, where chairmen and other members in integrated Andhra Pradesh used to be chosen as per their fascination. They used to have their own members, where they can select the persons, the candidates from their own area. And this is the reason in last 2 or 3 or 4 decades, if you see, the candidates who have been selected from Telangana in state cadre post and group 1 services are very meager, because there is a denied, fascinated persons who are sitting there, and they have taken their own choice to select their own persons. Because already time is over, I have been given in the grace time to speak on this occasion. So let me come to the topic with few suggestions which I have passed to the AP Publishers Commission when this committee, which has been formulated by the government, Professor Haragopal committee, one of the member is our madam also. When these persons were sitting together to sort out some issues with regard to syllabus and also the administrative issues and the operational issues which needs to be settled for the Telangana Publishers Commission, because this is the only time where we have to give a faith on the unemployed youth, where aspiring unemployed youth are looking, have an eye on the Telangana Publishers Commission as well as on the committee which is working on this, that these people will give a better solution for which will be helpful for their selection. This is the theme our unemployed youth are feeling this. So with this in my mind, I have worked out on this, and I have passed some suggestions to the Telangana Publishers Commission. I hope that might have come into the knowledge of our members. But however, I want to read out those suggestions which I have written and which was published in the paper also. One thing which I want to stress at this moment is there should be uniform recruitment policy in the departments. Some of the departments are having 30% quota for direct recruitment. Some of the departments are having 20% quota, 30% quota, 40% quota. In some of the departments, there is 50% quota also. There should be a rational, yes, in direct recruitment, which will be announced. The vacancies which is demarcated for direct recruitment from the APPSC, from the Telangana Publishers Commission. This is the time where we have to decide how much percentage of vacancies should be given for direct recruitment and how much vacancies should be given for the promotion channels. For group 1 services and for a state cadre, definitely total vacancies will be for direct recruitment only. For other category of post also, there is direct recruitment. In some departments at different levels, direct recruitment is being given. So there should be some rational policy. Every department should have its own policy. For at what stage the direct recruitment should come? At what stage? At the highest stage, whether there should be direct recruitment? At what stage? At assistant director stage, or at section officer stage, or at what deputy director stage, or at what stage there should be the deputy direct recruitment? In different departments, for example, in my department, at assistant director cadre, there is 50% direct recruitment and 50% promotional quota. In other departments, there is 20% and 30%. So there should be some rational policy which government needs to have a look on this, and government is the proper forum where they have to decide this direct recruitment policy. Second important thing which I want to focus on this time is the classification of posts, which usually is being announced by the Telangana Public Service Commission in the coming days, or previously in the APPSC. It should be classified in two categories. It is my own view. I am not compelling to accept this, but at the same time I want to make this topic for the debate. There should be two different channels. There should be two different classification. One should be an administrative and another should be technical. Classification of posts should be administrative and technical. This classification should have group 1, group 2, group 3 and group 4 posts. What I mean to say is administrative, such of the posts which doesn't need any technical qualification, any graduate, he is eligible for that administrative post. For example, B.Tech person is there. He is a technical man. If he wants to apply for that post, some technical posts are also there in different departments. Those posts he can apply. If at all, if he wants to have in that category also, some administrative post will also be there. I don't feel that that administrative post will be filled in by these administrators, and I don't want that. But at the same time, a technical person who will be the head of that particular institution should have that technical knowledge. So that particular classification should be there for technical and administrative services. Technical and administrative post should be, classification should be there. Second important thing, there should be annual calendar for this Public Service Commission. As Mr. Chandrasekhar Gaud and our able OSD Vivek Gar also has pointed out this, because there is no scheduled calendar for this. Every time, whenever they feel, they announce it, they take ample time of at least, I should not say that ample time, but they have their own time, 4 years, 3 years to complete this process of selection. So there should be annual calendar and there should be cut-off date. By that time, every department should give the indent of that particular department of post. After that, if at all, if they want to include some of the post, that should be included in the second scheduled calendar. So there should be, and this annual calendar of examination and as well as for interview and other things, the procedure of examination and all these things should be kept in mind while fixing the dates, because most of the candidates, they appear for state, not only state level but central level examinations also, bank level examinations also, and bank recruitment agency and countrywide examinations also, they used to appear. For that reason, there should be a schedule. We should have a fixed schedule that these exams of group 1 should be conducted in that month, because at central government they have a regular schedule. In that month only they conduct the examination. Rather than that, we have to fix this so that they get opportunity to appear in these state level cadre post examination as well as central cadre post examination. There should be common conventional written examination for group 1 and group 2. For example, for group 1, some of the posts where graduation is the minimum qualification or eligibility qualification, and for group 2 also there is group 1 graduation is the qualification. There should be common examination. What I feel, there should be common examination, and as per the marks secured on this examination and all this, they should be allotted different posts which is categorized as group 1 or group 2. So there should be a common examination. Separate conventional written examination should be conducted for group 3 and group 4 without any interview, because this interview is giving much fuss to all the candidates, because as all other speakers also have pointed out, there are many occasions, there are ample examples. I can point out any number of examples where candidates have scored highest marks in a written examination and they have been allotted a very 5 to 10% of allotted of intermediate marks, interview marks. In group 1 candidates, there should be preliminary examination with following the main examination. The selection should be in the ratio of 1:50, and for the interview it should be 1:3. Basing on the accumulated marks, main examination, interview or final selection should be done. Interview board, I want to stress on this point, interview board members will always be there. In some of the occasions what we have seen is, which department is having this post, which department post is being interviewed, that person also is called there. And the subject expert in some of the panels we are missing. In which subject we are going to have interview of that particular candidate. Subject expert, whether a professor or lecturer or a subject expert to judge the what way a candidate has answered should be there. Invariably he should be. There should be transparency in this, because whatever marks is, unless from right to information or other acts, we will be able to know what we got in the interview and a written examination, or else it is not be exposed to that. There should be audio and video coverage to the interviews conducted should also be there. Confidentially setting of examination, because some of the occasions we have seen that paper is leaked, it is going to be cancelled, as our Chandrasekhar Gaud garu చెప్తుండే. ఆ విధంగానే ఏంటంటే ఎన్నోసార్లు మనము ఈ ఎగ్జామ్ అవుతుందా, పాస్ మనం ఎగ్జామ్ అయితే రాస్తున్నాం, దాని తర్వాత మళ్ళా రిజల్ట్స్ వరకు వస్తుందా, మధ్యలో క్యాన్సిల్ చేస్తారా, ఇంటర్వ్యూ అవుతుందా, ఇటువంటి కూడా మనం చూసిన రోజులు ఉన్నాయి. అందుకే దేర్ షుడ్ బి ఫుల్లీ కాన్ఫిడెన్షియల్. And what I feel is 2 or 3 sets of examination paper should be prepared at random. That should be a selection. Valuation should also be the confidential. While making this confidentiality and while keeping this confidentiality simplified way, this is also there, but still always rules are there, but it's not being followed by the persons who are there in that. So in that sense, let us retrieve all these things, and there should be codification should also be in 2 or 3 levels. So with this all few suggestions which it was there in my mind, I wanted to put on paper and it has come. So thank you very much for giving this opportunity, and definitely our professors and intellectuals will work hard on this, and that will give a better future for the unemployed. Thank you very much.
I just want to make I just want to make 1 or 2 comments on. Yeah.